Hello, Redhawks. Today, we're going to be talking about how to enroll for your next semester classes. So first, if you're not already there, go ahead and get logged into your portal. And just a couple things to keep in mind while you're doing this. Advising is going to be required each semester in order for you to get your next semester classes. So when you meet with your academic advisor, that's when you're going to be getting your PIN number. Your PIN number is kind of like a key, and this key allows you to enroll in your next semester classes on your enrollment day. So once you're here, go to your Student Access tab. Follow me to the Registration Tools box, and we're going to be in the third option from the bottom where it says Look Up Classes. Search by your term that you're going to be enrolling in, so I'm going to be looking at fall of 2020. The Look Up Classes screen is used prior to enrollment to help you figure out what your courses that you are going to be enrolled in will look like, make sure the classes and the schedules and times on the certain days are going to be right for you, and it helps you give a general idea of what your CRN numbers are going to be, and we'll talk about that just a little bit later. So scroll down to the Advanced Search option. You can see lots of ways that you can search for classes. We're going to look for a speech communication class, so I'm going to go to the subject box, and we're going to go to SC. I'm going to type in 105 because I am a freshman student, and I'm going to search this section. All of the other things here you can search by, but I just want to see what classes are available. Now, this page is going to give you the list of all of the courses that are SC 105 that are offered in the fall 2020 term. There's a few things to keep an eye out as you're reading these. Starting from the left-hand side, anything that says NR is actually going to say SR when it comes to your enrollment term. So if it's past the day that you are going to be enrolling in classes, or it's the morning of your enrollment date, anything on the Look Up Classes screen that says NR will now say SR. Moving over to the right-hand side, we've got the CRN number. So like I said, the CRN number is kind of like a specific key for that class. So it's going to be the very specific days and times that you've selected. It's going to show you which building and room that it's in. It's going to have the correct instructor for you. And if it's something special like an honors program section or a living learning community section, that's going to be a part of your CRN code as well. So we're looking at SC 105. The first one on the top has an H on it because it's actually an honors course. You've got the title of the course. Now, something to keep in mind when you're looking at the days, MWF is fairly self-explanatory. That's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday course. If you have a course that says T and R, that means it's a Tuesday and Thursday course. So anything that says R is going to be on Thursdays. You've got your time. This is going to show you the capacity of students that are going to be in there. So the max number of students that this class is going to allow is 22. There's actually 21 in the course, so there's one spot remaining. That's what this is telling you right here. Now, these are the numbers that you would see for a wait list, and we'll touch on that here in just a little bit, but this is going to be fairly important. You've got your instructor. These are the dates that it's going to run. So if you're looking at a summer term, it'll give you the idea of if it's a 4-week and 8-week, the full summer, anything like that. If you're looking at this in the spring term or in the fall term, it's going to give you an idea on whether this is an 8-week course or a 16-week course. As you move to the right-hand side, location is going to show you where it's at. So anything that looks like it has a building and a room number, that's going to be on the main campus. But as you scroll down, you see these options where it says SES or SEK. Those are going to be on our remote campuses. So those will be in either Psych Student or Kennett. And as you kind of go down to the bottom, those are going to be some dual credit high school student options. As for attributes, they're different for each class. So some of these courses could be blended, some could be honors, some could be honors contract eligible. So if you're not in the honors program, you can enroll in an honors contract eligible course, but you don't have to be an honors student to solely be in that class. For my honors students who are looking for honors classes, if you look for the eligible courses, that gives you a little bit more leeway on schedules and times, things like that if you have a really strict schedule. let's say, for example, that you are looking for a course that can fulfill a general education. So maybe you've got a humanities and fine arts that you're trying to take care of. Maybe you've got a science that you want to get out of the way. This is how you can do that. So if you go to the subject box and you highlight all of the options, you're going to scroll down here where it says attribute type, and you're going to go down until you see Gen Ed. So that's what these all are. I'm going to go look for a humanities and fine arts class. I have one set of 3 credits that I need to complete in my humanities and fine arts to be done. So we're going to see what classes are available for me. Section search. So this is going to show me a list of all of the possible classes that I could enroll in to take care of a humanities and fine arts credit. Keep in mind, depending on your major, you might have specific general education courses that you need to take in order to fulfill those. But for some, it could just be an elective, so you can kind of choose whatever you like. Something else to keep in mind is that if you're looking at this list of classes and you're really overwhelmed by the number of options that you've got, there's a couple ways that you can look at what classes that you're choosing between. So if you look at the title, it's going to give you a general idea. So if I look at drawing 1, I'm most likely going to be doing some basic drawing in that class. However, if I go further down and I see perspectives in art, I have no idea what that class is going to be about. So if you go over here on the side where it has the CRN code, click on that. It gives you some basic information about the course. So it tells me that it's 3 credits, it's an undergraduate course, tells me where it's located and who's teaching it. Click on View Catalog Entry. Now this is going to show you what the course looks like in the university catalog. So it gives you a description of what you're going to be learning in this course. So for perspectives in art, I would be understanding the role of contemporary and historical art in enriching the human experience. So that gives me a better idea on whether or not I would enjoy this class. Let's say, for example, I am in the middle of my first semester at Southeast, and I've decided that I am going to pick up a second 8-week course. I'm enrolled in 12 credits, but I think I can handle 15. So I'm going to go out here and look at what second 8-week courses are even offered. We're going to highlight all of these subjects. I'm going to go to which part of term that I'm looking into, and I'm going to click on second 8-week for fall or spring. Section search. Now this is going to show me a list of all of the classes that are going to be offered in the second 8-week term of the fall 2020 semester. Keep in mind, first 8-week and second 8-week courses are offered for both fall and spring semesters. And you'll still need to talk to your advisor prior to enrolling in an 8-week course. Now at this point, you could be wondering how in the world you even set your schedule up. So let's look at a couple classes. If I'm going to enroll in a speech course, so I'm going to go to SC 105, scroll to the bottom and hit section search. Now maybe I live on campus and I want to have a pretty spread out variety of classes. So I want a couple on Tuesdays, a couple on Thursdays, I want a set of Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes. That way I can go to a couple classes each day and I'm not overwhelmed. So I'm going to be looking for this Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 a.m. to 10:50. That sounds like that would fit my schedule. So if it's the night before I'm enrolling in classes, maybe it's a couple weeks before, maybe I just got done with my advising appointment and I want to see what's out there as some options for me. I'm going to go and write down my CRN number. So I'm going to write down this 5-digit code that's blue on the left-hand side. I'm going to write down maybe the title of the class, what days it's offered, and what times it's offered. That way, when I go back and I'm looking at other courses that I should take or other courses that maybe my advisor recommended for me, that's how I can piece all of my classes together so they will fit perfectly. Okay, so it's the morning of my enrollment day and I am super excited to get my classes ready for next semester. I'm going to go to the registration tools box and I'm going to click on add or drop classes. This is where I'm going to select the term that I'm enrolling for. Put in your PIN number that you got from your advisor. Like I mentioned before, advising is required each semester, and in order to get your PIN number, you'll have to meet with your advisor. If for some reason your alternate PIN number that your advisor had given you has an issue or it doesn't go through, be sure to contact your advisor or the advising office in Academic Hall and we can get you taken care of. Now, the screen that you're going to be looking at is super important. It's going to show you the current schedule that you've got. If this is the morning that you're enrolling and it's for the next semester, you shouldn't have any classes on this list. However, for me, I've already enrolled for this semester. So this is the list of classes that I'm currently taking. You're going to read the screen like we do for the enrollment stuff from left to right. So it tells me when I've registered for the courses. For my actions, it says that there's nothing going on. But later on in the semester, if I decide I want to drop it, this is where I'm going to come for that. It's got the CRN code that I was telling you about, where it has the very specific day and time and professor and location. It tells me the subject of the course and what section I'm in. It tells me how many credits the class is, which is really important to know in just a minute. And then it tells me the title of the course that I'm taking. Now, when we're talking about credit hours, most students that are freshmen are going to be between 12 and 15 credit hours per semester. If you're a restricted student or you're from another campus or you're an athlete, you may have a different set of hours that you're allowed to take. So to see what that restriction is, maximum hours for me would be 18 hours, and I am currently enrolled in 16. That means if I really wanted to, I could get an additional 2 hours, but I think I'm going to stick with my 16. When it comes to actually enrolling in my classes, there's a couple different ways I can do it. So if I got on here the night before and I checked the portal and I made sure that all of the classes I wanted are going to be open, I can type my CRN codes in these little white boxes down here. So I can put 3 or 4 of them in at a time. And then all at once, I can just hit submit changes, and that's going to enroll me in these classes. Another way you can look up classes is by going back to the class search option. This screen should look familiar, so you'll follow to advanced search, and you'll look up what classes that you're wanting to take. So let's say, for example, I really do want to add a second 8-week course to my schedule. I'm going to highlight all of the options, click on the second 8 weeks. I'm going to section search. This is going to show me the list of all of the possible classes that I could take in the second 8 weeks of the fall 2020 semester. So as I'm scrolling down, I'm looking for a couple courses. When I decide what class I want, I'm going to go to the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and select the box, and then I'm going to scroll all the way back down to the bottom and hit Add to Worksheet. If this is a class I truly wanted to enroll in, the CRN code for the class that I just checkmarked is going to show up right here. Here are some of the possible registration errors that you can encounter, and this is how you're going to handle all of them. So let's say, for example, I look up a class that I don't have a prerequisite to. Maybe I'm an exploratory student and I have an interest in human resource management, but I don't really know what it's about. So I'm going to try to take this BA 656 class. I'm going to click on it, scroll all the way down. I'm going to register for the class. It's going to tell me I'm not eligible to take this course because I don't have enough prereqs to do it. This is also a master's degree course and I'm in my undergraduate, so that's where the level comes into play. Always keep an eye out for that if you're not sure if you can take the class or not. Another registration error that you might encounter would be a waitlist course. So let's say, for example, you look on the advanced search waitlist screen and you're looking for courses and you found the one that you wanted and you wrote the CRN down. Or it's the morning of your enrollment date and you have all of your CRNs in front of you and you think that you have plenty of space to get into those classes and you are not worried. I'm going to go down here and type my CRN. So I've got 10836. That's the course I want to take for this semester. I'm going to submit my changes. Now this is showing me that the class is closed and there's nobody waitlisted, but it does have a waitlist option. In order to enroll in the waitlist, I'm going to have to go to the action, web waitlisted, and I submit my changes. You'll know that you're correctly added to the waitlist when it pops up under your current schedule. It's going to show me that I'm still waitlisted. Let's say, for example, it's over the summer, and I've enrolled in my classes for the fall semester. I could potentially get an email from the department that's saying, hey, we opened up courses, you are eligible to be in this class, would you like to join? That's saying that I can get off the waitlist and I can enroll in the class. However, you have 48 hours from the time that the email was sent from the sender to enroll in the course. So if I get an email and I don't check it until 3 days later, I'm not going to be able to enroll in that course. But if you do, you'll go back here and you'll action, and then you'll get to add the course to your schedule. Another registration error that you may see is if you're trying to enroll in a lab and a lecture. So maybe, for instance, you're trying to enroll in Anatomy 1 or in a chemistry class. You have to put the CRN codes for the lab and the lecture down here in these white boxes at the same time. Because those courses are taken together, you can't enroll in one class without enrolling in another. So those tend to get a little bit tricky. Another tip when you're ready to enroll in your courses is to be sure that you check the night before what classes are available and how many seats are open in them. Be sure that you always have a backup, maybe even a couple backup options, just in case the class that you're wanting gets filled up before you get there. In the meantime, if you have issues or questions, be sure to visit our advising page on the SEMO website. All you have to do is go to semo.edu, search advising, and scroll down. We'll have updates, you can see the staff, you can get a mentor, you can check out all of the resources that we have available for you. And best part of the whole thing, on the left-hand side, it's got all of our contact information. So if you have an issue or you need to talk to your advisor, maybe you've misplaced their information, you can send us an email or give us a call at 573-651-2007.